Morning, tubes. We're going to work some overtime today. I had made a joke in a video. You guys have either saw it or we'll see later. Oh, it's cold out here. Anyways, I made a joke. I texted my front half days manager at my work, hey, do you need overtime? And it's like, not today. And then in the video I made a joke that it would be, they would text me and say, oh yeah, we need you tomorrow. Oh, that's today. So, I'm going to take the Explorer. I'm going to see if she'll start. It's 35 degrees. We're frosty. Got a new problem with the store. If I lock it and it's cold, I can't unlock it. I have to go through the back and unlock it. It's weird. Got some work to do. Alright, here we go. Fire it up. The heated mirrors work on both sides. Yeah. So, I gotta get my badge because I kind of need that. Yeah, let's see, what time is it? 7:38. Yeah, I gotta get going. And we're like, where's Jimmy? Just pull on my heater cable, get some heat. Rear defroster's working, yep, and the mirrors are working. Happy to see that. I just topped off the washer thing. See, there we go. And that works great. Put new wiper blades on her. We're idling okay. I just gonna give it a couple minutes to warm up. I lied. We're gonna get going. So in the last video working on this Explorer, the ABS light has been staying out. So I'm curious to see if when I go to drive it again later today, like leaving work and going over to my parents, will it stay off? And then the other thing is, when I checked when I first got this and we checked engine codes, got a code for, what was it, fuel injector pulse something. It basically was trying to compensate for something and it could no longer do that. But since I fixed that vacuum leak that I found in another video prior, that code has gone away. The only two codes that we are left with is the cylinder identification code, and then there is the what's the other one? There's two different EGR codes, and they're mostly just feedback sensor and insufficient flow something. So that means we only have. Well, I got to replace the camshaft sensor because I was trying to do some diagnosis and I wanted to unplug it and see if it would still run without it, if it would make a difference. And I broke the plug. Now the connections are still there, but the plug came out of the actual sensor itself. So that kind of needs to be fixed. Front end's a little tighter. It doesn't wander. Only slightly wants to go to the right instead of wanting, to go hard right. I've got stuff coming in for the oil leak thing, or the timing cover case. That'll be coming in today, but I need to get a couple of extra things to go with that before we get that off there. I have to make sure I got my steering wheel puller because we'll need that for removing the pulley or the harmonic balancer. standalone video for the transmission stuff that I did has helped quite a bit. The only thing that's a problem is just first gear. Otherwise, this seems to drive just fine. It shifts great through all the other gears. It doesn't seem to slip. And it's not burning the fluid. I put about 100 miles on that fluid and it's still nice and red. We'll see how it does in the next few days. And I topped it off. It kept popping out of gear when I'm backing out of the driveway, and I could tell it was low on fluid, and I go and check it and there's hardly anything on the stick. So it took almost 2 jugs. I think jug and 80% of the second jug. But it is a nice brisk fall morning, November 7th. Driving the Explorer to work. Gonna go work some overtime. Anybody want to take a guess at what this is getting for fuel economy on the highway? Oh, it's hilarious. So before the transmission fluid change, this is the number before swapping the tires around, tightening up the front bearings, and changing the transmission fluid. I filled up, I used 13.5 gallons. I went 250 miles, I think. I can't remember the actual number, but I remember the MPG number. And it was 16.7. It was, yeah, it's bad. So what I'd like to know is, what will it get with the fluid change and the other things fixed up with it? I mean, it cruises nice now. I put it cruise control on and she'll cruise right along at 60. Hell, it'll cruise at 65 if you wanted it to. Got a nice little clunk in the front with that sway bar bushing. 2 sway bar bushings that are pooched. This engine was having a problem with overheating when I got it. And all it was the radiator was leaking and it was running low on coolant. So since that's been fixed, coolant runs right in the middle of the normal range. Maybe a tad lower. Still has an oil leak. It's bad, but not bad enough where it's like, okay, I really can't drive it. It just leaves some drips when you park. And I did find out where it really is leaking from, and there's a spot where the oil's been washing the dirt away, and there's a piece of RTV that's blowing out of it. Someone has definitely been in here. I don't know what they did. If I'm lucky, it was to replace the timing chain, and that's something I don't have to spend $60-70 on. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait for my 5-speed swap, because I can just 4th gear. And the problem with the automatics is that they're dumb. They're programmed to do, you know, they're programmed to just shift into the highest gear and then stay there unless there's some sort of command to downshift. And some of these transmissions are just stubborn bastards and just love staying in overdrive. And it's always, you know, it's a tall overdrive, so you're trying to frickin', you know, get up around this corner, you're like, would you just stay out of overdrive? And you're like, alright, I'm just putting you in drive. I'm taking you out of overdrive, you little bastard. This window is kind of working. It catches in the track. I think it's a lack of, well, the felt needs to be either lubricated or just replaced altogether. If I can find one decent enough at a yard that doesn't catch, maybe we'll pull that, put this in here. Same thing with this side, does the same deal. But the back windows will work fine. They just need to be sprayed down some more and it'll keep screeching. That side needs the motor fix. I was getting a little bit of crap for putting nuts in the gear drive for this. But see, the thing is, this is my vehicle, and I'm gonna fix it however I want to fix it. If I planned on selling it, and somebody was gonna load their kids up in it, I would fix it the right way. Because there's a reason why they do that. When you're rolling up, it'll keep going. Like it will just try and go as long as you're pressing that button down. And if someone's got their fingers in there and the button's getting pressed down, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna cause a problem. So what they do is they put those nylon bushings in there, and what happens is if someone's reefing on that motor, then they'll just strip out, and then it'll prevent any further damage. So that's why they do that. And I get it, I understand it. It is a safety thing. But I want my stuff to work for good. I feel like this guy is like just wanting to get right on my ass. He's gonna pass, and hey, we'll get it on video. And if he does anything stupid, got it on video. Now I cannot wait for wintertime, because wintertime's gonna be fun. And I'll probably either drive this or the truck. I'm thinking I'm gonna want to drive this because this has more weight all the way around. It's evenly distributed, and I have more grip in the back. My truck will slide. If it's the slightest bit of wet, that back end will slide. And especially with the limited slip that it has, it's almost like having a locker. The limited slip on this is a little bit looser, which I like, because that means if I go into a corner, my back wheels aren't going to want to break traction and cause me to spin out. And this says push button 4-wheel drive, you don't have to get out and lug the hubs and this and that. And probably when I'm going to go and use it, it's going to be a bastard. The other thing that's awful about this Explorer is the shocks are just about had it. No, they've had it. This thing floats, almost floats on the highway. But then when you hit a bump, you start doing that Cadillac roll. Alright, watch this, watch this, watch this. Is he gonna do it? He's gonna do it? Oh, he's doing it! Kinda slow. The other people, when they go to pass, you're doing 60, like, there are times where you could be going faster than you should, and someone will still pass you like you're just sitting there in park. And I've seen some people do some stupid shit. One guy actually went around everybody in this lane and then went into oncoming traffic and took it for like 2 miles until he got around everybody. That's all she's got. That was floored. Brakes got the old shake and brake. Man, my Honda had that, and I put new brakes on it, and then I sold it. And here we are, back to another 94-year vehicle. Same freaking problem, shaky brakes. So I wonder, that spark plug we found that had that broken tip, or broken electrode, I wonder if that messed up cylinder number 2. I haven't checked this thing for blow-by, so I don't know how bad it is. But if it's bad, then that would explain part of its underpoweredness. So we will have to rebuild it eventually. Poopy, but it's most likely the truth. Alright, Tibbs, I gotta go to work. I will see you guys maybe later in this video, or we'll just end it randomly. What up, tubes? I'm on break. Just got done having a in-between lunch and breakfast type of thing. I think that's called brunch. Somebody's gonna laugh at that, and then anyway, this guy. Edit Jimmy. I decided to come out here and watch some YouTube. Maybe blab at you guys for a little bit. I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to like just, you know, blurt out, but I forgot. I left my keys in my locker. Damn it. I was going to fire this up and see if that ABS light is still on, or was going to come back. It's now that I say this, it's probably going to come back when I go to start it up. What I wanted to do is see if it come back on, but it hasn't been coming on in the last, well, basically since I tightened up the front wheels. I haven't seen it come on yet, so I'll be curious to see if when I go to leave here in a couple hours, what it's going to do, if it'll come back. If it doesn't, it could have been just that the front wheels were either too loose, that it was affecting the tolerance of the ABS sensor. I don't know if that would really affect it though, that's my thing. In order for it to throw a code for a sensor, you'd think that it has to be while it's rotating. So I'll probably have to, if it does come back on, we'll have to dig a little bit deeper. My stomach, my gut feeling is telling me that if it does come back, it could be the unit itself that's malfunctioning. Maybe the motor's locked up. Maybe the ABS has never had to been used, and so that motor's frozen. Who knows? Who knows what could be causing that ABS light? It could be either the sensor, the transmission, or it could be the sensor in the differential. Because I think this also has a sensor in the differential. I'll have to look into that. But that's not really my main concern. It's one of those things you kind of just tinker with while you're dealing with the other things, or waiting for parts to fix the other things. ABS light, it's intermittent. I haven't seen it in a while. Usually it comes on every other time you turn the vehicle on. But tubes, hey, I gotta go back inside. I've been blabbing too long. This vlog is getting long. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. We'll be back in a bit. Oh, just started it up. Been a few hours later, just had the check engine light. ABS still has not come on. So we'll see. Still hasn't come on. I bet maybe it does a quick check to the sensors, and maybe the sensors didn't see anything there. The wheels were maybe too out of spec and needed to be tightened up. Maybe that was it. Who knows? We'll find out. So I'm gonna head on over to Mom and Dad's. Of course, my dad is out of town. It's kind of an easy day. Easy day doing overtime. Easy money. And I think the new Oregon law that's kicking in beginning of next year is going to hose people like me who like to do overtime. You know, we're not allowed to work any more than 55 hours a week, which... So this is a long weekend for me. So I would only work 36 hours. So I can only work a day and a half this week, and then next week would be a 40 out. I'm gonna be in 48. So I could only work like 7 hours next week, which would be my short weekend. Anybody see that U-Haul almost hit that ambulance or whatever behind me? So yeah, this week I could work. Yeah, you know, that's annoying because I get more money on working overtime on my short weekend than I do my long weekend. So I can only get 7 hours of delicious money. Stupid. And as my manager said, well, that's what you get. That's what we get for living in such a liberal state. He said that. I thought that was funny. can't believe this year has gone by this fast. I mean, I remember I was living at my parents, and then all of a sudden, boom, I moved out. You're just like, I mean, that rattling sway bar is gonna drive me freaking nuts. I hated about my Honda was that when you would come to a stop, or if you were rolling really slow, like 25, it would go into overdrive for some reason. But when it would do it, it would just go clunk. Like it would shift really hard into the gear. I mean, not enough to freaking knock your socks off, but you just notice it and you're like, why? Why are you going into overdrive at 25 miles an hour? So weird. Well, guys, we're almost to the iconic neighborhood of this channel. So, you guys ready? You guys ready? It's like we're here. Of course, all you see is me. Oh, I was gonna go roll through Wendy's and get lunch. Bob Saget. The thing about it being fall right now is there are all these pine needles on the ground. So what I'll do is I'll park on top of the pine needles, and that way when this drips oil, it goes in the pine needles. That e-brake scares me when it does that. See, yeah, this engine's running great. I don't get it. It's when it's warmed up, it runs great. I bet you, but cylinder 2 is fucked up. That's what it is. All right, pulling the engine.